Perhaps embarrassed by the fact that on Thursday evening after the indictments were announced, Lindsey Graham went on Sean Hannity's program on Fox News and bawled his eyes out, begging people to give Donald Trump money. Lindsey Graham decided to take a different approach after Thursday evening, and on Friday, he sent out a tweet trying to act like a big old tough guy, right? Where he told Donald Trump, quote, "On the way to the DA's office on Tuesday, Trump should smash some windows, rob a few shops, and punch a cop. He would be released immediately." That is what a sitting senator of the United States told the former president of the United States to do as he heads into his arraignment. Go ahead and break some windows, rob some places, punch some cops. Yeah. Because then they'll let you go, because apparently in Lindsey Graham's mind, that's what they do to Black Lives Matter protesters, right, Lindsey? I mean, you didn't have to say it, but we all know exactly who you're talking about. We know exactly what kind of point you're trying to make, which, by the way, is a false point. Individuals who were involved in looting and actual rioting and property destruction with regard to the 2020 George Floyd Black Lives Matter protests were in fact prosecuted. What didn't happen is that everybody on the street got prosecuted, which is what Republicans, of course, wanted. More than 90% of the people arrested in those protests were eventually let go with no charges whatsoever, because there was no reason to arrest them in the first place, as most of them were simply exercising their First Amendment rights. But when Republicans found out that, oh my God, these protesters are getting off with nothing, they assumed that it meant the people who were out there breaking windows and punching cops. Nope. Those folks were prosecuted. So I don't know exactly what you're trying to say here, Lindsey, other than maybe trying to say that, look how tough I can sound on Twitter, after you just bawled your eyes out because your good buddy Donald Trump is going to get indicted next week on Thursday evening. You're a coward. I mean, you're much worse than coward, but I'm not going to say words that are going to get us, strikes on YouTube here. But I know exactly what I want to call you. And it doesn't take a lot of imagination to imagine what I'm saying. And it came to me this morning while I was petting my cat, in case that gives anybody a hint on what I would love to call Lindsey Graham, because that is in fact what he is. But he's got to make up for the fact that he looked like a complete and total wimp on Thursday evening, so he tries to talk tough, tries to say that the Black Lives Matter protesters are somehow far worse than Donald Trump, tries to pretend that they got away with all the horrible things that happened, when in reality it was just the people who did nothing wrong who were exonerated, which, by the way, was most of them. The vast majority, as I said, more than 90% of them, in fact, in some areas, more than 97% of them released with no charges. But again, this is what we're going to keep hearing. This is what Republicans are going to keep saying. It's stupid, it's false, it's fake. But that's all Republicans have.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.